Dude, the thing, I put this as a thumbnail and stuff on YouTube, but all that shit with the Trump birthday card that came out, it's crazy. I didn't realize that, like, they always talked about, like, a drawing. Trump did a doodle for the Epstein card. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He did a doodle. Great. I don't know why they kept bringing it up. I think maybe I heard that it was like a weird, like, sexual one or something. But I was like, well, whatever. It wasn't until I saw it, what was that, yesterday when they released it, that it was like, oh. Like, oh. Let me see if I have it bookmarked or anything. It is crazy how Epstein's dead. You ever think about that? Like, they just killed him. Like, he's just dead, and we're very much living in the aftermath of, like, his legacy. That's crazy. That's a man who has legacy. You can't deny him that. You want to get a legacy in this world? Become just the most influential and, like, highly connected sex pest predator out there. Mass pedophile trafficker. But here, dude, look at this. It's crazy. It's so gross. I'll also be honest, when I was reading this yesterday, I didn't realize that the signature was meant to be pubes. I just straight up didn't get that. Or allegedly supposed to be pubes. I guess it, whatever. Presumably supposed to be pubes. I was just taken aback by this. How it's like, bro. Not to, like, body shame, I guess. But, like, that's clearly supposed to be a naked girl. Like, child girl, right? Like, clearly, right? Like, let's be real here. Like, with how small, like, clearly, dude. It's so gross. It's just so gross. It's so disturbing. It's like such an artistic way of depicting pedophilia that it just, like, maxes out the creep factor. That's just like, ew, dude. Ew, dude. I don't know. I can't get over it. It's crazy. And so now I'm doing the Jake Knight show monologue. I'm tailoring it to be a bit more about that. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like yet another obvious confirmation that Mans was a pedo. A pedo. It's so bizarre. CoffeeZilla did a video on it. Fuck it, we'll watch the CoffeeZilla video. It is crazy to me how CoffeeZilla has become, like, the Epstein coverage guy. Like, Mans used to just do, like, crypto scams. But now, like, it's so funny whenever a YouTuber gets, like, really invested about, like, a real world subject matter. Because it's like, oh yeah, something about this just hit close to home. Like, I'm not saying that as, like, obviously CoffeeZilla the pedo thing, but, like, it's just so funny. Like, damn, just something about this. You felt like you needed to be the guy. You needed to speak up about this. We'll watch this.
Today, the Jeffrey Epstein birthday book got released. 238 pages of letters to Jeffrey Epstein. Most of them are about sex. If you remember,
who? You have to be so dumb. So dumb. It's like, it's such a testament of how bold they all were. They being the pedos. Like, you felt so secure in your position of power that you're just, like, explicitly, like, you're leaving such a paper trail. I guess there's, like, technically, theoretically, they could possibly not have known he was a pedophile at this time. Theoretically. But, like, they definitely did. Right? They definitely did. To leave such a paper trail is just, like, it really is just evident of how much power they thought they had. And they just don't.
Extensively covered the Wall Street Journal scoop that Jeffrey Epstein's friends put together letters commissioned by Ghislaine Maxwell, and one of those letters...
Dude, fucking Ghislaine Maxwell commissioned it. That's really funny. Dude, that's really funny. Craziest plot twist is Ghislaine the whole time was an FBI informant. And not like still it would be incredibly fucked up everything she did, because she also did help a lot with the trafficking. But, like, that would be just undeniably the craziest, like, public plot twist ever. Imagine compiling a list of people to send in birthday cards to like incriminate them is crazy. Of course it wasn't to incriminate them. It's because she was the fucking girlfriend. And again, they were so consumed by their own privilege that like whatever.
Included Donald Trump, although they also included Alan Dershowitz, Lex Wexner, Bill Clinton, Leon Black. Now, in response, Trump sued the Wall Street Journal over $10 billion, which also means he sued Rupert Murdoch, the guy who...
It is really fun. I always forget that Wall Street Journal is owned by Murdoch, but it is. I mean, what percentage does Murdoch own? It's owned by Dow Jones. Dow Jones is owned by Murdoch? Am I dumb? Dow Jones is a part of News Corp. News Corp is owned by Murdoch's. Damn, I guess I didn't realize that. Oh no, Dow Jones and Company, which is different from this Dow Jones. Oh, okay. Maybe.
Runs Fox News, the New York Post, Sky News.
But that's like so dumb. But it also shows how like, I don't know, because yeah, he's suing Rupert Murdoch, sure. And so in a sense, he's suing Fox News. But like, has Fox News even fucking turned on him at all? Like, they're not trying to manufacture consent to like actually have it be Murdoch versus Trump. They're kind of like still playing middle. They're still fucking Switzerland.
And this is all because Donald Trump denied everything and said, I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words.
I'll give him credit. Let me pull it back up. It is a lot more poetically written. No, I can't imagine him saying this. I can't imagine him saying this. I can't imagine him saying this. And possibly this. Maybe he could say this. I don't get this. Okay, this is the card, right? And Trump did the drawing and the signature. But what is this from? What is the text from? I don't get it. Like, it's incriminating, of course. But, like, did Trump write a fanfic of him having a conversation with Epstein? Or is this, like, a transcript of a conversation they had?
Here's his official response. He sued them, of course. And then, of course, we found out that he does draw pictures, turns out, and signs his name on them. But the really important update was that the New York Times...
Wait, he's actually not a horrible artist. Hitler clears, obviously. Because Hitler wasn't a good artist, but he was an okay artist. Damn, CoffeeZilla's engaged? Or married? I didn't know that. But, like, this is kind of stylistically cute. I'll give him that. Or I like the buildings, at least. The road, not so great. The stars are cute. The moon's a little weak. And the stick figures seem out of place, but they kind of do fit.
Turns out, and signs his name on them. But the really important update was that the New York Times corroborated that Trump's name was on the Epstein birthday book, and specifically, the Epstein estate had it in their possession, and we're going to turn it over. And today, that's exactly what happened, or the House committee released it to the public.
CoffeeZilla, fix your fucking chroma key, ultra key, dude. What is this schmutz? What is all this schmutz, dude?
Now, I want to be clear, although a lot of talk today is going to be spent on this drawing, it's far from the only one. Really, the reason this is such a big story is the blatant denial by the president, saying just it never happened, which is the weird thing, because, of course, he was friends with Epstein and Ghislaine. Everybody admits that, including Trump. It's just the letter itself. He's saying, no way it happened. That's not me. I don't do it. So that's the reason there's a lot of focus.
Straight up, they're going to play... they're gonna go for the it couldn't have been me because I like women with larger breasts. I'm predicting that now. That if he does, or that might be an argument he'll make. I'm predicting that now. That seems like something so egregious for him to say, but that he could say. It would be in character for him to say. That's my hard prediction
on the president. But let's be clear, this book is about a lot more than just the president. There's a lot of powerful people implicated in this. This is the start of it. You see, it's a leather-bound book written...
Bro, why are names covered up? I guess some of these might be protecting them. But like, dude, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get any of this shit. I mean, of course I don't get it. No one gets it. No one is understanding why they're covering this up from a moral perspective. But like, it's so crazy to just like cover up names still. It's like, bro, you did it.
by Ghislaine Maxwell. There are redactions to third parties. Some of the friends mentioned is
dude, fucking Billy Clinton being in there.
Ron Altbach, Leon Black, Jean-Luc Brunel, Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Elkis, Bran Frennan, Nick Leese, Peter Mandelson, George Mitchell, Nathan Myhrvold, and the list goes on and on, notably also Leslie Wexner, Donald Trump. And this is all available online. Like, there's no denying that this exists. You can see it has a bunch of never before released pictures of Epstein, his family, things like that. There are redactions of certain women in the pictures in compromising positions.
The Epstein family still exists. Like the estate. They said it was in the hands of the Epstein estate. What estate is left over from Epstein? Like, did he have kids? Dude, that would suck. Being the son of the world's most influential and powerful pedophile. That's crazy.
But otherwise, mostly unredacted, honestly. I'm pretty impressed with how much we got of the famous birthday book. And it is full of revelations. I think the most obvious one is that all of Jeffrey's friends, or most of them, were aware of his interests. They talked extensively about how much he loves the ladies, the young ladies. But there's also an interesting mention of his Vanity Fair profile. This is from Leon Black, where he calls him a Vanity Fair poster child. And that is soon followed by Alan Dershowitz's alleged letter, where he says, "Dear Jeffrey, as a birthday gift to you, I managed to obtain an early version of the Vanity Unfair article. I talked them into changing the focus from you to Bill Clinton, as you will see in the enclosed excerpt. Happy birthday and best regards." What makes this so interesting is what he's referring to, I believe, is a 2003 profile on Jeffrey Epstein. The article is called The Talented Mr. Epstein by Vicky Ward, and it's sort of become famous for the fact that now there's been this meta commentary about how Vicky Ward had early allegations of abuse by Epstein and was not able to run them. She accuses the paper of not running them. There's some dispute over this. Vicky Ward basically says she had two women who presented allegations. By early December, weeks before the article closed, in mid-December, she was discussing the farmers with fact checkers, and they were looking for photos. Ultimately, the editor said he didn't trust her. He didn't want to run those allegations.
Dude, that's crazy to have to go from wanting to publish allegations to do like an actual reporting on Epstein, and then like to having it be editorialized and tweaked to such a degree that it was now The Talented Mr. Epstein, and to still have your name be plastered on it. Dude, I fucking hate that that's how news publications work. It's just so cursed and fucked up that like it can just be twisted in such a way. Blah, blah.
But now that we have this backstory, I mean, that's all things that have been public for a long time. That has been a big question. Why was this article killed? Well, now we have in this book a discussion of this killed article. And by the way, when you
was the article actually published? The way he presented it made it seem like it was. Yeah, it was. So what, is it just the other version of the article that was killed?
What Alan Dershowitz is saying they changed the focus to from you to Bill Clinton. We do see that Bill Clinton shows up in this article. So the timeline really does match up. Over and over, his friends seem to be joking about an article.
Bro, real shit, why would anyone give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein before he was a pedophile? Who cares? Who fucking cares about this random New York financier? I don't. I wouldn't. Who gives a shit? Why would you post about that in Vanity? I guess it's all like fashion, high society, whatever. But it's just like, that feels like such a nothing article.
Where allegations almost ran about Jeffrey Epstein and ultimately did not. Most of them seem to be very well aware he likes the ladies, he likes them young. So I hope this finally puts to bed the lone trafficker theory that everyone was going to him for tax advice. But of course, we also need to talk about Donald Trump's letter. And unfortunately, this is where the response gets a lot more polarizing. Depending on where you sit on the aisle, people have been having all sorts of reactions to this, with a lot of people saying, okay.
Do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks that Trump's a pedophile? That's what I'm wondering. Because, like, she has been one of the people on the right who's pushing for everything to be released. And she has to be able to read through the, like, between the lines, right? Like, I think she's dumb as bricks and is a fucking Attack on Titan. But, like, to a certain degree, you need to be able to read between the lines. And like, especially with this birthday card shit, like she has to realize like there is some implication here, right? She can't just be that dumb. I don't believe it.
Well, then case closed. He wrote it, right? Like, obviously, he was friends with the guy. Everybody else in there aren't there denying writing these letters. He wrote it. His signature's on here. But the official press secretary at the White House said that, once again, it is false. They're doubling, tripling, quadrupling.
Yeah, right. And we all believe her because she's never lied before. Right. Yeah, no, totally.
Saying, as I've said all along, it's very clear President Trump did not draw this picture. He did not sign it. Trump's legal team will continue to aggressively pursue litigation. And then you have this guy who's the deputy White House chief of staff saying, time for News Corp to open that checkbook. It's not his signature. Defamation. And then they screenshot some photos of Donald Trump signing his name and saying, look, it's not the same signature. And you know what? That's pretty true. It's not the same signature. We'll get to that because at the same time that was getting released, they were denying, oh, look at these signatures that are different. We also had the New York Times and Wall Street Journal also put out signature comparisons with some different signature choices that look very similar. This is the official Epstein one right here. Here's a list.
Also, there's a decent chance these are from like the 90s and early 2000s. He may have just fucking changed his signature. Like, people don't do that frequently, but he very easily could have, right? Like, why not? Once you're fucking president twice and you've lived for 80 goddamn years, like, who knows? Maybe you want to mix it up a little. I wouldn't blame him, but you should only mix it up with the signature change. You shouldn't mix it up with the, having sex with minors. At least that's my 2 cents.
To Bill Gates. Here's a letter to New York City officials, Rudy Giuliani. Here's another New York City official. And then we also have letters to Conway, to Clinton. And you have this kind of textbook long trail, a very tight vertical signature. I mean, to me, that's pretty compelling. Unless we're arguing for a professional forgery job here, which I don't think has even been alleged. Like, this is nearly identical, all these signatures. Like, I would believe that is all within the realm of the regular differences in a signature, right? It's not some completely different signature we've never seen before. But it didn't take long for people to take up what the White House's official statement is saying, because influencers have now run with it, saying,
yeah, of course they fucking have, because they're dumb as bricks. Because they're fucking idiots. Because they're stupid. Because they don't care. Because they don't. They just want to make money. And they've realized the best way to make money is to stick with a loyal audience. And they've found their audience. And so now it's just manufacturing consent to keep them consenting. It's disgusting. But I mean, it's like, okay, all things considered, this isn't the worst counter argument. It does look like a different signature. But again, it's also not crazy if he maybe changed his signature. Because when is the birthday card from? It's when he was 50. So 16 before, so 2003. So this would have been around like the time where these signatures were. So it makes sense. The real question is, you need to find if there's this signature from that time period. Because yeah, maybe he changed his signature, but also maybe he fucking didn't. I don't know. Do you have proof? More than just speculation? I don't know. It's all despicable. He did it, obviously, and there's nothing we can do about it, which is dope. I love that we, the American public, can just not do anything about the fact that our president's a pedophile, but like, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Look like the actual signature from the president.
Damn,
I don't think so at all. Fake.
I'm all sinusy.
Showing once again that, yes, the president has at various times signed signatures differently, of course. I don't think anyone disputes that. And sure, you can find some signatures that look different. Here's Eric Daughtery saying, the Wall Street Journal has just published that letter Trump sent to Epstein. It's not even his signature. Defamation, pay up. This guy says Trump is going to bankrupt.
Dude, Benny Johnson wouldn't fucking know. Would look like a gift shark in the mouth. Don't fucking talk to Benny Johnson for jack shit.
Wall Street Journal. Benny Johnson says time to sue them into oblivion, which again is crazy because the guy they're talking about, they're suing, is also like one of their biggest allies, Rupert Murdoch, the guy who runs Fox News. I mean, it's definitely infighting at best. Now, of course, we got to read the message again now that we actually have it in its full context. We have voiceover, must be more to life than having everything. Yes, there is. I won't tell you what it is, nor will I, since I know it.
I don't understand the format. Maybe this is the neurodivergence in me, And like it ultimately doesn't change much because it's still creepy as fuck and it's still very pedophilic. But I don't understand the format. Did he type this up? Did he write this poetry? I don't get it. Who is voiceover? What is voiceover? I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand the way in which this media is meant to be consumed. Because, like, the card with the drawing would be something visual, would be physical. But if it typed out and says voiceover, I don't get it.
It is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Yes, we do, come to think of it. We all know this. And then the famous line, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? A pal is a wonderful thing.
Also, I don't understand enigmas never age. I get age. I get it, but I don't get it. Or I get that it's but I don't understand what it means. There's a Reddit comment here. Their near endless supply of traffic minors never aged either, because as soon as Trump or Epstein got bored, I assume it swaps them out. I believe he and Epstein are speaking about themselves. Their secrets make them enigmas, and they both like to believe that they look younger than they do. An anagram for enigma is gamine, a girl on the streets. Gaming? That feels like a stretch. Is it supposed to be a thing of the, like, I'm young at heart? Because, like, that's what some pedos do. Is they're like, no, like, I'm actually youthful. It's like, no, dog, you're fucking 40 and you have 2 kids. Touch women your own age consensually.
Happy birthday, and may...
I don't get it. Again, I get that it's creepy. I get that it's weird. And this is just, like, more points added to my autism score. But I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the turn of phrase. I just don't. I don't understand what it means. I don't get it. I just don't.
Every day be another wonderful secret. So look, there's also an analysis put together by the Wall Street Journal, the people who originally reported this. I think that's worth going over. They decided to look at various times that Donald Trump has expressed similar writing. For example, they talk about Trump talking in the third person. They say, look, here's video clips of him talking about himself in the third person. It's not weird for him to do that. There's also word choices.
The writing at first seems out of character. Or like as a whole, in combination with the picture, it seems out of character. But like when you analyze each attribute, it fits more in. Because it's like you could hear him saying a bunch of that shit in his stupid fucking voice. Enigmas never age. And enigmas never age. Secrets, but I won't tell. And perhaps we'll share it more next year. Like, I could see him saying that. And apparently the drawings matches up. So maybe the drawings too.
Enigma. They point out that he's used enigma multiple times in books. We've also covered him saying it in video. Then there's also a wonderful thing. A pal is a wonderful thing. That's the line. Well, has he said that before? Yes. He's definitely said that before. So all in all, the reporting seems solid to me. I mean, you can...
I don't doubt that it's him. I don't think anyone should doubt that it's him. It's so obviously him. It's so obviously his writing. It's so obviously he did it. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the formatting of it. I just don't. And it ultimately doesn't matter that much. And maybe for the rest of history, the only people that will understand it is Trump and Epstein. But I don't get it.
Hold on to the copium here, but really you're arguing that the entire book is either all fake, which that's the first option, in which case, like, it may be the greatest forgery of all time, or you're saying specifically that it's just the Trump part that's a forgery, and every other part, the part where Bill Clinton's writing in, the part where all these other people we knew.
It is really funny how no one is talking about the fucking Bill Clinton writing. No one's talking about it. You would think some people will talk about it. I don't see a single person talking about it. Hey, Bill Clinton is also a pedophile, probably. It's just he knows how to not Streisand affect himself, I guess. He probably learned from fucking Monica Lewinsky.
That were also associated with Epstein were writing in. You're saying all of that's real, but the part about Donald Trump is not. And that was a forgery inserted in. So it's a very strange argument. And because this was all a carefully bound book, The idea that it was just inserted in, it couldn't really have been. It was bound by a specific bookbinder. So, I think it's all credible. I mean, personally, I look at the facts. I look at what we know of the various people, how this all unfolded, the fact that it came from the estate we thought it would come from, the fact it included a variety of politicians, powerful people. It wasn't just singling out Trump, but Trump is the only one who has denied it. Now, lastly,
That's
I
a
want to
really
talk
funny
about
diagram.
the latest state.
So what he's gonna say? What's his fucking name? Mike Johnson. What's his name? I don't remember his name. Whatever his fucking name is. He came out and he was like, yeah, maybe Trump was an FBI informant or something, or he made some allusion to it. And so people were like, oh, so we're going with this conspiracy now. This is the defense we're running. But then I think the press secretary today was like, nope, he's not an FBI informant. Ooh, got that line of defense neutered before you could even get it running. Or maybe they just realized that, hey, this won't hold up.
Meant by our government. We all know the various stages of grief we've been through with this story. First, it was a cover-up, then they're going to release everything, then there's nothing to release, then it's a hoax, and now we have a new level of copium. We are descending into Davy Jones' locker level of copium. And here we have it. This is from Speaker Mike Johnson.
Damn,
It's been misrepresented. He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's just crazy.
Donald Trump
That's crazy to just slip in there. That's crazy to slip in there. That's some shit you say loosely that you don't think people will latch on to, and then they did. And then it was like, ooh. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not.
is an FBI informant, according to Speaker Mike Johnson. So all of this birthday book stuff, all of this was actually, if you believe our government, it was part of an official plot to capture Jeffrey Epstein, the world's most notorious pedophile. This whole photo. But now I guess we're so deep undercover we can't cop to it yet. We can't admit we have the entire government running cover for us with influencers telling people, oh, it's not his signature, even though they're very clearly our signatures that look identical. So it's crazy. I just hope our glorious president can one day come out of his FBI informant role and tell us all how he took down the world's most notorious.
Dude,
I can't wait for
imagine
that big one. Maybe he can write us a letter about it.
Imagine that's how he gets the Nobel Peace Prize. Imagine that's how. He's been angling for it for a good bit. Imagine that's how.